Hello everybody and welcome back. With today, we're going over the brand new sale on the PS Store for PSVR2 games. No hardware is included in this one, but some games that you may have been waiting for have finally got sales. These are the mid-year deals, and before we get into them, only 25% of you are actually subbed to the channel, so if you watch regularly, you might as well hit that sub button. And thank you to our patrons and members who keep the channel going day after day and week after week. With that being said, let's kick things off with the Midnight Walk. Its first major sale at 20% off at £23.39. Coinciding with its latest update, the Midnight Walk is definitely worth jumping into now, as it always was in my opinion. It used to have low resolution, now it's got great resolution but some frame rate issues on base PS5. If you're on PS5 Pro, I'd say go for it. If you can handle some choppy frame rates when turning on base PS5, then I'd say give it a try as well. It's an amazing game through and through, incredible soundtrack, great characters, and just stellar art design, so I definitely recommend it. Resident Evil 4 is 50% off at £17.49, one of the best AAA games on PSVR2. Hopefully we'll be adding Resident Evil Requiem to this list as well soon enough, but for now, Resi 4 might be at the top of its game in terms of AAA PSVR2 games. Massive set pieces, tons of guns, and a full story await you here. Similar can be said for Resident Evil Village. The Gold Edition is 70% off, down to £13.49. It's not the lowest sale that we've seen Resi Village go on. It was for £8 the other week, but if you missed out on that one, I'd just say get it now. To be honest, it's just a couple pounds more, and it's definitely worth the money. Ghosts of Tabor, the extraction shooter that kicks my ass, but I do really love playing, is £15.99. I think this is the first sale it's been on, similar to the Midnight Walk. It's punishing, it's got some jank, but it's really addictive once you get into that gameplay loop, and really supports the uses of things like gun stocks and other PSVR2 accessories. You can play it solo or with friends, PvE and PvP online. Alien Rogue Incursion is half price at £16.49. This is part 1 of 2. Part 2 will be coming at some point over the next couple of years, I imagine. But you can plunge yourself into the depths of the alien universe, land on a hostile planet, and try and figure out what the hell went wrong as you're stalked and hunted by the xenomorphs. Hitman World of Assassination Part 1 is on sale for £4.99. This gives you access to the first game, I believe, and then you'll have to purchase the VR upgrade on top of this, making for £15. I believe the deluxe edition, which included everything, was just on sale, but unfortunately has gone off sale, but usually we see it come back every now and then, so if you want to wait for that, then fair enough. But if you want to just jump into one part of Hitman for a low price, then give it a go. But bear in mind, you do need that $10 upgrade to the PSVR2 version of the game once you spend your $5. Arizona Sunshine 2 is £18.14, and the first game's Freddy bundle is £27.49. Both these games offer you zombie blasting fun in both co-op and single player with the DLCs included, so I definitely recommend taking a look there. They're a lot of fun and quite classic feeling VR games. Minecraft-like game CyubeVR is £21.74. This has quite a big file size, but for a very good reason. These 8K textures look stunning on PSVR2, and the draw distances encourage you to build massive structures and explore this peaceful world. Mining for resources and building whatever comes to mind. There are no enemy mobs or survival elements in Cube, it's purely for sandbox, so if you enjoy that sort of thing, take a look. Before we go any further, I just want to say a big thank you to VRROCK for being the sponsor of today's video. They do VR prescription lenses, I use them on my PSVR2 and I absolutely love them. Whether you need a prescription or you just want protection for your lenses and want no prescription in them like I do, they're definitely worth considering. With magnetic and non-magnetic options, anti-blue light and anti-glare options, your PSVR2 lenses will be safe and sound knowing that they're covered by these at all times, meaning no scratches or harm will come to it. Check them out with my discount link in the description below, and thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. With that being said, let's get back to the games. The Dark Pictures Switchback VR is 33% off at £16.74. If you're a horror and rollercoaster fan, this is the game for you. Switchback puts you through all of the Dark Pictures anthology settings against countless horrors, where you can rack up high scores and enjoy its great visuals since the update came out over a year ago now that patched it up. Underdogs is £19.99. This PSVR2 roguelike puts you in the shoes, or should I say the seat, of a mech, brawling through the underworld as you take on bigger and better fights. Intuitive Gorilla Tag style controls and really punchy haptics make this one a load of fun on PSVR2, as well as the element of customizing your mech and the custom level editor and creator, which gives it a ton of replay value. If you're here for even more horrors and scares, then Switchback will offer then Madison VR is £20.99. This is the scariest game on PSVR2 hands down, runs unreprojected, looks amazing. I still haven't finished it because I'm simply a bit too scared, to be honest. Blocky Brawler Paint the Town Red VR is on sale for £9.59. You save 10% more if you're a PS Plus member. This game is simply mindless fun. You go across different environments and beat up people, and that is the game. It's brutal, it's violent, and it's a damn good time. Green Hell VR is £11.19. This is quite a hardcore survival game, so if you're into that, definitely take a look, and it's now got a co-op mode as of last year, which definitely adds a bit of replay value and fun to it as you try and survive in the jungle with a couple of friends. Stride Fates is £12.49. I had mixed feelings on this parkour game when it launched. It felt a little bit janky, but once you get into it, the feeling of free running across roofs is something that cannot be replicated in all of VR. If you're looking for that Mirror's Edge style experience, this might just be it. Vampire the Masquerade Justice is here for £9.99. The footage you're seeing on screen right now has a far lower frame rate than the actual 90Hz gameplay, so don't worry about that. This is just a sick stealth action experience where you play as a vampire and uncover a mystery in Venice, and I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for Red Matter 1 and 2, they're bundled together at £23.09. The best looking PSVR2 games, in my opinion, in terms of fidelity and frame rate. They run unreprojected. It's actually a miracle that they do, and they're absolutely just fantastic puzzle games. Even if you don't like puzzlers, for the visuals alone, give it a try. One of the best horror games of the PSVR2's debut year is here, which is Propagation Paradise Hotel for £6.39. This is an absolute steal for a game that I feel has a bit of a lackluster ending, but the rest of it is absolutely stellar. VRSkater is £9.89, a very challenging but rewarding PSVR2 game when you get the hang of it, which asks you, can you become the next VR Tony Hawk? For me, definitely not. If you're on PS Plus Premium as well, you'll get this one for free, so just give it a try. And Vertigo 2 is £16.24. This is a similar deal to the Midnight Walk. Its frame rate really isn't great on base PS5, even though it targets a native 90. Doesn't quite reach there in certain instances, but I hear on PS5 Pro it runs buttery smooth, so if you're on PS5 Pro, definitely give it a shot. If you can handle low frame rates, it's just such a fantastic story game. Honestly, one of the best on the entire platform. I really wish that it got a final patch to just make it as polished as possible, but that's still one to consider. Metro Awakening is £22.39, one of the big releases from last year. It's on sale at almost half price. Definitely worth a look if you're a fan of the Metro series or want quite a dark and moody stealth action experience set in an established universe that will last you quite a few hours. One of the most underrated PSVR2 games in my opinion, Stellaris Go Signal is £3.99. That's an absolute steal for a great roguelite that is set in a beloved flat screen universe that I really enjoyed my time in. Definitely consider that one. If you want a Left 4 Dead style experience after the fall, Deluxe Edition is £7.19. This is definitely worth checking out with friends and comes with a ton of content, a load of weapons to choose from, and maps to explore. And finally, Ultrawings 2 is £9.59. This PSVR2 flight game flew under the radar for quite a few people, pun intended, and I don't think it should have. Even though its visuals are a bit simpler than the upcoming Aces of Thunder, it's made by a smaller team, a much smaller team might I add, and has some surprisingly deep flight mechanics, so I'd definitely say consider that if you're a flight fan. Anyway, that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. What games have you picked up in this sale? Please do check out the full sale as well on the PS Store, because there are a couple of games that I've missed here just because either I haven't played them or they didn't really pop out to me, but there are a ton of items listed, so take a look. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.